Over the next few months, we're going to show you the very best car-related apps, from games to sat-navs to magazines. And purely because it's one of my favourite driving games from the PlayStation, we're going to start with Driver for the iPhone and iPod Touch.
With burbling V8 yank tanks, mean American streets and a load of cops to outrun, Driver was not a super accurate driving sim. It was all about having as much naughty fun as possible. This brand new app version is made by Gameloft, costs £2.99 and is almost identical to the original version.
The gist is simple. You're an undercover cop called Tanner who follows a series of missions set by some mysterious criminal bosses.
Despite the controls being crammed into quite a tiny little phone touchscreen, it's actually quite an intuitive game to play. It doesn't feel like the controls are holding you back. The only thing I'd say is that the steering controls and the burnout controls and the handbrake control are quite close together, and sometimes if you've got fat thumbs like me, you can press them all at once.
There's also the option of using the iPhone's accelerometer to control the steering, or selecting the slightly awkward virtual stick control, which simulates the analog function of the PlayStation controller.
The cops behave in a traditional Driver way, which is with as much violence as possible, regardless of the severity of your crime. So you can trickle past them at 3 miles an hour over the speed limit and they'll try and knock you out, or you can go and rob a bank and they'll try and knock you out. The only way to evade them is to put into practice some enormous driving skills by weaving around parked cars and lampposts and trees, etc. And then you can shake them off. Now, when you've got your earphones in and the car radio's on and you're listening into the police talking amongst themselves, it's actually quite an absorbing game. The only criticism I've got, other than the ever so slightly cramped controls, is the fact that every now and then some of the roads feel a little bit too long and featureless, and that you just end up feeling like a bit of a delivery boy, but it's just a small niggle.
Graphics-wise, it's spot on. Gameloft say they've revamped the visuals, adding more detail and texture to how the game appeared on the PlayStation.
It's hard to believe that 11 years ago I would have paid probably $39.99 for this game, and to play it I would have had to put the CD into a £200 console and then plug the £200 console into a £150 to £200 television. Now, through the wonders of modern technology, I've got it for £2.99 on a telephone that I got for free with a monthly contract. I don't want to sound like your easily impressed uncle, but it is quite incredible what you can do with a phone these days. It's not just a little gimmick of a game, it's got all of the style and some of the depth of an actual proper game, and that's not all. You get 3 different driving views. You get the option to look behind you, look left, look right. There's other driving games to play on there, and just in case you're rubbish, you can even download cheats from the interweb.
The developers say it can be completed in around 8 hours, perfect for a long plane journey. So whether you've never heard of Driver, or if you remember the PlayStation version and feel like a trip down memory lane, it's brilliant. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Only slightly cramped controls hold it back.